This is about the drug ban and who benefits from it and why it's there. And it's obvious that the ban applies to the wrong drugs. Safe drugs like magic mushrooms are banned, and dangerous ones like nicotine and alcohol are legal. Or aspirin, if you take 200 aspirin you're dead. So they're available in every supermarket you can find. On the other hand, cannabis has no lethal dose, so it's illegal. And people imagine that lifting the ban would create a huge upheaval in society. Suddenly drugs will be everywhere. Well, they are now. Or suddenly everybody will be an addict. Well, they could be now, but the stigma of addiction deters them. What about making spice legal? If you take spice, you're in hospital. But then if you take bleach, you're in hospital. If you drink 2 pints of brandy, you're in hospital. And those things are on sale, and it's fine. So nothing would change, really, except prisons would empty, and gangs would stop shooting and stabbing each other to steal market share, because there'd be no market to steal and no profits. And so there'd be no gang deaths, and there'd be no deaths from bad drugs either, because the users would know what they were taking. Drugs are mostly vegetation that have been processed into powders and into pills. And they do little harm without impurities. And it's the impurities that cause the deaths. And the impurities are caused by the ban, which creates a scarcity and which encourages dealers to put all kinds of other stuff into their narcotics. They put in icing sugar and ground hazelnuts and corn flour. Often it's just cake mix that you're mainlining. And other nasty things can get in there as well, like ground cement and concrete granules, which are not good for thinning the blood. So it's these lethal impurities which cause the deaths, and they're down to the ban. So this is a law, a safety law, that kills people. So who gains from it? Well, it's the lawmakers. It's the politicians who are the real users of banned drugs, so that they can look tough, along with tabloid editors and prison governors and judges and religious leaders, all wanting to look tough. And therapists use banned drugs as well, by telling addicts that they are chained to their addiction and they need the therapist to escape from the chains. And teachers use drugs as well to scare us. They say, look, we can't just have anyone drugging children, that's our job. And so they give kids drugs to stop them being fidgety, or they give them sex change drugs if the kids want to jump on the sex change bandwagon. And then there are the uniformed people, the cops and the coast guards, and they use banned drugs as well. They use banned drugs to get the speedboats and the bulletproof jackets and the night vision goggles that they like to use. And you can't take that stuff away from law enforcement. Once Rambo's in the helicopter, he's not coming back. He's chasing Mr. Big, and Mr. Big is this villain they've invented, and he jets from tax haven to tax haven with a lot of guns and hotels and fast cars, all thanks to drugs. And he's chased by the drug squad, who jet from tax haven to tax haven with a lot of guns and hotels and fast cars. And they haven't found Mr. Big yet. Maybe they're looking in the wrong place. They should try the mirror. And finally, there's the reformed addict in the classroom with his war stories. I was a bad boy. I used narcotics. I used weapons. I ran from the cops. But now look, I'm on tour. I'm gigging. I'm a gangster civil servant. And so his message to the next generation about illegal drugs is that they are cool, they are rebellious, and they are survivable. So we're teaching kids to expect the drug ban and to live with it, because too many salaries depend on it. Too many professionals rely on this law that kills and imprisons tens of millions of people all around the world every year. And the lawmakers say they have no choice, which is exactly what the drug dealers say. They say, I was feeding my habit, I was protecting myself. Well, there is a choice, but lawmakers always seem to make the wrong one. It's a bit like Israel-Palestine, actually, where too many salaries depend on problems and not solutions. And the drug ban will probably last as long as that. There's a story of an Arab and a Jew who died and went to heaven. And they went up to God and they said, God, will there ever be peace in the Middle East? And God said, oh yes, but not in my time.